Just because I don't like pin down bowling balls doesn't mean that you shouldn't try them. I would consult with your local pro shop if this person is a really good expert, someone that's trusted, that you trust. If they suggest a pin down layout, I would absolutely listen to what they have to say. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we're gonna talk about why I hardly ever drill a bowling ball pin down. So not to get overly technical in this video, but when you drill a bowling ball pin down, in most cases, it'll reduce the overall differential. When I drill a bowling ball pin down is because I want that VAL angle to be higher, making the ball very smooth. But when you drill, like I said, when you drill pin down, it'll also drop the differential of the bowling ball, bringing the hook potential down. Back in the day, we used to be able to pop a weight hole on the side of the bowling ball, which would increase the differential. So you would still have the differential that you're looking for, but the ball would be nice and smooth. Well, today's day and age, we're not allowed any weight holes. So the only bowling balls that I typically use weight holes on are the higher differential bowling balls. The two balls you're gonna see today that I have drilled pin down are a Forge Fire and a Jackal Legacy. Now, the one thing that both of these bowling balls have in common is that the differential in both of them are really high. If you guys like this jersey or any of the jerseys recently on my videos, make sure you head on over to coolwick.com and use my promo code MOTIVELU10, and that'll get you 10% off your entire order. Let me know down below in the comments if you have any pin down drill bowling balls and what you're thinking about them. So I'm gonna take you guys onto the lanes now so you can see this Forge Fire and this Jackal Legacy, both with pin down drillings. What I like about both of these bowling balls is that the differential already starts pretty high. So even though we drilled them pin down and the differential drops, it's still gonna be relatively high, and it's still gonna be a lot of what I'm looking for. All right, so why I never drill balls pin down? It's pretty simple, like for me. For me, it's just I don't wanna drop the differential of the bowling ball. When I'm throwing, let's say a Venom Shock, for example, and it has a 248 RG and an 034 differential, I want that 034. So when you drill a pin down, you know, the after drilling numbers, it's gonna drop because when you drill pin down, it makes the differential go down. So without the weight holes, I really stick to the stronger balls to drill and pin down, which is why you haven't really been seeing me doing the two ball comparisons, one pin up, one pin down, is because I end up never throwing the pin down ones. So just so you guys know. So I haven't thrown any shots here on 72 here at Sunset. And last week, or a couple days ago, when I posted the my 3-ball arsenal for league, I really think that I could have had an advantage if I had stronger balls. So hopefully this Jackal Legacy here will look pretty good. So first shot here, it's going to be a complete shot in the dark, no idea. Let's see how this looks. Okay, so that was really lucky. And there's a kind of like what we saw in the last video, there's quite a bit of hold in the middle part of the lane, because I threw that, I missed a little bit left, and it kind of just sat there, and a very lucky strike. So I'm gonna throw another shot and make sure I get it a little bit further right, just a little bit, and see how that reacts with this house shot here at Sunset. I do wanna say that when I drill the two balls, one pin up, one pin down, almost every time I prefer the pin up one. With the Jackal Legacy and the Forge Fire, I actually preferred them with their pin down drillings. So, I mean, pretty much those are the only two balls that I have in my complete collection that I've preferred the pin down drilling without the weight hole. So forget the weight hole, but I've preferred the pin down drilling over the pin up one. So let's throw another shot here with this Legacy and make sure we get it going a little bit more to the right. So, okay, so there's just as much friction. I got it right and it hooked a ton. So I'm actually gonna move like maybe 4 and 2 left. 4 and 2 left, and really make sure I get it right. Now that I know that there's friction to the right, hold to the left, I'm thinking this next one should be a pretty good shot. All right, so like I said, a simple, I guess, I don't know, is 4 and 2 a simple move? It's a pretty big move, almost a full zone. So let's see how this is gonna look. I'm hoping this is gonna be it right here. Wow, I thought that was a pretty good shot, and it still hooked a ton. So that's telling me that I'm more than likely in just the complete wrong zone. So now we're gonna get into the Forge Fire, and I'm gonna start where I finished with the Legacy, just to see. I'm probably gonna have to keep chasing it left. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna start with this Forge Fire right around where I left off with the Legacy. And it's weird that these are the two balls that I like pinned down, because they're completely different. Symmetrical, asymmetrical, this is a hybrid, that's a solid, and completely different formulas too. But these are just the ones that I ended up really liking pinned down. So this is the same spot that I finished off with the Legacy, and we're gonna see, I'm probably gonna have to keep moving left though, because they're hooking quite a bit. Okay, that's really good. That was a really, really good shot. And to me, the difference was the strength of the covers, because the cover on the Legacy is a really strong, solid, and then the cover in this Forge Fire is kind of like a weaker, cleaner hybrid. So I'm probably gonna stay there with the Fire, but I'm definitely gonna move left with the Legacy when I get back to it. I also wanna say that I think it's important just to say right now that just because I don't like pinned down bowling balls doesn't mean that you shouldn't try them. I would consult with your local pro shop if this person is a really good expert, someone that's trusted, that you trust. If they suggest a pin down layout, I would absolutely listen to what they have to say, because I don't know you guys personally, I've never seen you guys bowl, so just for my game, the pin downs don't really match up super well. But if your pro shop operator is trusted and they know what they're doing and they're professional and they suggest a pin down one, then go with the pin down one. I think that was important to say. I wish I would have said that a little sooner. Maybe I'll start the video with that. So that was a little slow for sure, and I left 6, 7, 10. I need to be a little bit faster with that one. So next shot, this will be the last shot with the Fire before we go back to the Legacy, and just really want to make sure that I keep my speed where it needs to be. All right, tempo, tempo, tempo. The last couple weeks of me developing my game and practice, that's the biggest thing that I've been working on is my tempo. When my tempo's right, everything just falls into place. When my tempo's wrong, everything is wrong. So that's what we're working on, continue to work on, and we will be better. No choice. Yeah, see, you get the ball going right in here, and like I got nothing. I felt like my tempo was good, but I got the ball going a little bit too far to the right, and once you get on the other side of the friction, the ball just will not come around the corner. Now, I don't know if a pin up Forge Fire from that exact same spot makes it there, but I do know that a pin up Forge Fire would have a lower VAL angle, which will make it shape a little more. A pin up Forge Fire will have more differential, which will make it flare more, which will make it hook more. So I don't know, because I don't have a pin up Forge Fire and a pin up Jackal Legacy with me. But it'll be interesting. Like thinking on it now, I probably should have done that. So now we're gonna go to the Jackal Legacy, and I really wanna make sure that I move left, but I don't project it right. Keep it a little bit tighter to the pocket. So this is gonna be about maybe 4 and 3 left of where my last shot with the Legacy was, and I really want to make a conscious effort to not drift to the right as much. I really want to keep my feet left and keep the ball a little bit more in front of me and not give away the pocket as much, and I'm thinking that's what's going to look really good in here. Let's give it our best effort here. Change my hips in a little bit. That was a much better shot. I got it in the oil, and I kind of played that trap where, what I mean by trap is that every time I get the ball going right, it hooks a ton, but when I get it in a little, it kind of just sits there. So that's what I'm calling the trap, kind of like the sand bunker in golf or whatever. But keeping it in that trap, and the cover is strong enough to get it to go through the pins, and that was a pretty nice looking strike. So we'll throw a couple more shots from right there. All right, so now I'm gonna try to do that shot again. And that's, it's part of the game that I'm developing, that I'm trying to get better at, but it's not easy. For those of you who have worked on this, you know that it is not easy. And some of these pros and some of the better bowlers, they make it look so easy. Man. But I'll get there because I love bowling, and this is my passion. So we're gonna keep working until we get there. We got goals. Let's get there. Man, it's so frustrating because off my hand, I think that that's exactly where it's gonna be, and then it keeps pushing a little bit further into the friction, and then it takes off. So the only thing that I can really think of is that we just keep moving left and keep bumping it off that spot. But I can't miss right, because then it falls off the friction and it doesn't hook. So it's kind of like pick your poison right now. All right, so this will be the last shot here with the Legacy. I'm gonna move way left and get it right, but not too right, you know what I mean? And see if this is gonna be the shot here. So I'm pretty left, touching the ball return here. All right. So, I mean, there we go. Like, I don't know why that's so hard for me to repeat, because that shot, I kept it in that trap, and it looked really, really good. So, again, you know, it's just all about development, learning something new, adding it to your repertoire, or however you pronounce that word. English ain't my first language. So, now we're going to go to the Forged Fire and try to create 3 really good shots before we end this video. All right, so this shot here with the Forged Fire, I do want to get into where I just threw the Legacy in that, like that little trap, and hopefully I can repeat some shots, because when I get this far left and keep it tight, it looks really good in here. And I really like this Forged Fire, so I don't want to make it look too bad. You know what I mean? So I definitely got it right, but because it is a weaker cover and it's a weaker cover and a more responsive cover, it looked really good from there. Hopefully, fingers crossed for you guys, I can throw 2 more shots from there and really maybe just really focus on posting my shots, because I feel like when I do post my shots, everything just looks better. You know, bowling is very hard when you're working on specific things and trying to well execute shots. So I know I've brought this up a couple times, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna be better. And that's why I'm always, the beginning of every video, bringing up my Patreon, because the guys in my Patreon, I think I'm up to 32 members or 31 members in my Patreon. And the one thing that we all have in common, we all have different skill levels. We all have different goals. But the one goal that we all have in common is that we want to get better. We all love bowling. And that's why I invite each and every one of you guys to join. Even if it's just the all-star level where you join the Discord, you can see what a tight-knit community we are. And we're always, always, always talking about bowling. So at least come check it out. All right, that last shot was really, really good. Hey, real quick, for those of you who have TikTok, because I see my analytics, and I know the age range of most of my viewers. Most of my viewers are between the 18 and 35 range. Go to TikTok and follow Motive Lou. I'm posting TikTok-only content on TikTok. So, yeah, content that I'm only posting on TikTok. No, you won't see it anywhere else, and it's all bowling related, of course. So come out and join. All right, that last shot was really good. Let's see if we can repeat that. I like what I'm seeing. Whew, man. God, here at Sunset, what I'm seeing is that if you get the ball too right, it falls off, right? So if you get just left of that, it looks perfect. And if you miss a little bit left of that, big giant splits. But if you miss way left of that, it kind of just sits there. So I don't envy, like this is not bashing Sunset Station, but I don't envy the bowlers who have to bowl here full time. Because, man, it's pretty rough. My arsenal would have to be completely different. So this last shot here with the Forged Fire, just want to make sure it's going to be a well-executed shot, and it's going to go through the pins the right way, because I will will it into existence. All right, last shot of the video, Forged Fire. Tempo's going to be right. I'm not going to move my wrist a whole lot in the back. I'm going to keep it nice and forward. I'm going to post my shot. I'm going to hit my mark. And then people say, why is bowling hard? All these things that I just mentioned, and you still have to strike. You still got to get lucky. So, all right, All those things. Tempo, 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 pace, no wrist movement, nice and forward. The ball will do what it's supposed to do. Really good shot. It didn't strike. I wrapped a 10, but everything that I said I wanted to do, I did. And I just want to say thank you guys for joining me in this video. I hope that you're seeing why I don't love most pin down balls, because the two balls that I reviewed today, or not reviewed, but the two balls that I showed you guys that were pinned down, I think I could have benefited from them being pin up balls. But we'll never know until next time. Well, there you have it, folks. That's exactly why I don't drill bowling balls pinned down. Click right here to watch one of my other videos. Click right here to subscribe. Till next time.